Life in the Fast Lane pilot by Debi Calabro. Fillies rule, losers drool. Teaser. Fade in, establishing shot, Belmont Racetrack, day. Interior, men's bathroom. Flush. Scarecrow, 45, a skinny, lanky, disheveled Hispanic guy, exits the stall. He goes to the sink, uses more soap than usual, and scrubs his hands briskly. Flush. Sal Mancuso, 38, lean-built, a little scruffy, strangely handsome with a slight lip, exits the toilet stall. Goes over to the sink next to Scarecrow and washes up. Sal cringes a little, rubs his leg, then takes out a bottle of Advil. He downs 4 without water. He looks in the bottle and throws it away, all while Scarecrow continues to scrub his hands clean.
Old war wound.
Sal's not sure what Scarecrow's talking about, then realizes.
No. Car accident. I'm not brave enough for the war. They wouldn't want me anyway with this bum leg.
Taking 4 pills at a time will rip your stomach apart.
Sal just shrugs. Scarecrow notices the Belmont Racetrack employee shirt Sal's wearing.
Work the window.
Yeah,
It must be new.
I started a week ago.
Jose Torres. Now they call me Scarecrow.
Scarecrow puts out his wet hand, realizes, then waves. He starts drying up.
Sal Mancuso.
I work at the barns. Listen, if you ever want something stronger and better on the stomach for that leg, let me know.
Sal just smiles and nods.
I got a hot tip in the 5th. You want in?
No, I can't do that. It's against the rules.
Scarecrow smiles.
You knew all right. Let's see you around.
Sal nods. He seems to be contemplating something as he looks at the mirror watching Scarecrow leave. Interior, cashier's window, continuous. Sal walks over and sits behind his cashier station and takes away his clothes sign. Raymond, 60, wearing a Yankees cap that looks like it's been through 2 wars, walks up to an older female cashier, 70, trying too hard to look 40.
Hey, Raymond.
Raymond hands the cashier a 50.
$50 on the 5-horse to win.
You must have a lot of faith to put all that on one horse.
Got a hot tip?
Not from Scarecrow, I hope.
That sparks Sal's interest.
How'd you know?
The cashier picks up the racing program, glances at it, then shakes her head.
She's the longest shot on the board.
Continues to look at the program.
A Pavese horse is running in the same race. Why don't you box the 5 with it? He's got a great crop of fillies this year.
Fuck Pavese and his big shot horses.
The cashier hands Raymond his ticket.
Good luck.
Yeah, sure.
Raymond lumbers off to watch his horse lose.
I thought we weren't supposed to advise customers when to bet.
Yeah. I guess I got a soft spot for losers.
Sal looks out at the clientele watching races from different racetracks on simulcast. Not exactly your country club group. A customer is now at Sal's window to place his bet. Exterior, Belmont Racetrack, entrance, same time. Jessie, 16, cute, half hair dyed red, the other half shaved, wearing shorts and a crop top, quickly and with purpose walks to the entrance doors. Before she enters, something catches the corner of her eye and she stops short. Horses are walking around the paddock peacefully, getting ready for the next race. Jessie walks over to the paddock to watch. She overhears the chatter of gamblers talking about the race picks. She continues to watch with great interest. The 9 horse has her captivated. She then breaks from her trance, gathers her thoughts, and continues with the same motivation as before. Interior, Belmont Racetrack, cashier window continuous. Jessie walks up to Sal's window. She smiles wide.
Jessie!
Hey, Dad. This place is so cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. So what's going on? How'd you get here?
I took the bus. It was easy.
Jessie takes out a letter and places it in front of Sal.
I need you to sign this for me. I need permission to go to cosmetology.
what?
Cosmetology. To learn to be a hairdresser through BOCES.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted to be a hairdresser.
Well, now you know.
Sal looks at the letter.
Wait a minute. You came all this way here by bus for me to sign this. Why doesn't your mother sign it?
Because she doesn't want me to go? She wants me to be a nerd like her?
Can't this wait till Saturday? We can all talk about it together.
No. A parent has to sign this by Friday.
Do you know the hell I'll pay if I sign this?
Jessie grabs the letter.
Fine. I tried to do the right thing.
She shoves the letter into her bag.
I want to place a bet on the 9 horse.
You're too young to bet.
I can't do anything!
She storms off. The older female cashier looks over at Sal with a little grin and takes care of the next customer. Exterior, Belmont Racetrack, stands. Jessie slides into an aisle and sits, mad as a hornet. There are a few empty seats. Then there's Raymond reading his racing program. The bugle call to the post is heard.
The horses are on the track.
The horses walk into the track with their assigned jockeys. Interior, Belmont Racetrack, cashier window. Harry the Hat, 45, big as a house, wearing a big hat, walks over to the older female cashier.
500 on the 5 horse to win.
Harry slides $500 bills under the window. The cashier takes the money and replaces it with a ticket. Harry takes the ticket and leaves.
You didn't give him any advice.
Harry the Hat, I hope he loses.
She looks up.
Here comes Half Dead.
Half Dead, 60, a zombie-ish male, staggers over to Sal's window with money in his hand held straight out. Exterior, Belmont Racetrack, stands continuous. Jessie's looking at her cell phone.
It's post time.
Raymond turns his Yankee cap around. Jessie, with interest, watches the horses load, focusing on the 9. The starting bell rings. The horses crash out of the gate.
And they're off.
Jessie continues watching very intently, as does Raymond. The announcer is heard calling the race vaguely in the background.
Come on, come on.
The horses are running around the turn. Jessie's mouth is agape as they start to run past the clubhouse.
Yes, yes, yes. No, no, no!
The horses cross the finish line. The 9-horse wins. Jessie, all smiles, proudly gets up and leaves. Raymond, on the other hand, looks disgusted.
Fucking police!
He turns his Yankee cap back around. He watches with disdain and probably some envy as the happy owners, James, 50, and Maria, Pavis, 38, both very well dressed, she's a real head-turner, he is not, walk to the winner's circle. Interior, Belmont Racetrack, cashier window, continuous. Jessie walks over to Sal's window.
You see? I know what I'm doing.
Jessie turns around and quickly leaves. Sal just sits defeated as his coworker looks over with a shit-eating grin. End of teaser. Act 1. Interior, Belmont Racetrack, cafeteria a little later. Not your 5-star restaurant. A couple of people placing food orders, a couple of others online waiting, and a few sitting eating simple food items. Sal's at a table eating a slice of pizza and looking through a Sam Ash catalog. Scarecrow runs over to Sal.
You know if Harry the Hat placed a bet on a 5-horse?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
Oh shit, fuck, shit.
What's wrong?
The tip I gave him went to shit. He's gonna fuck me up.
Harry's entering the cafeteria.
Get under the table.
He's here.
Sal nods and Scarecrow quickly gets under the table. Harry walks up to the pizza counter and orders something.
What's he doing?
Getting pizza. Listen, I was thinking about your offer. You know, the painkillers?
Yeah, I got Oxy, Big P, even clonies if you want chill.
I'll take a bottle of Oxy. And the clonies.
I'll have them Saturday. What's he doing now?
Pain.
I'm out of here.
Scarecrow comes out from under the table, but as he does, a chair drops. Harry turns and sees Scarecrow running off.
You better run, you prick. I'm gonna make fucking horse meat out of you.
A couple of young girls, 22-ish, give Harry a dirty look. Sal notices.
He's just kidding.
Sal takes a deep breath, probably wondering what the hell he got himself into with his job. Exterior, Pavis Mansion, Long Island, late that day. Huge, perfectly manicured suburban mansion. Interior entryway continuous. James Pavis, holding a horse trophy, enters and walks through the very elaborate entryway, leaving the door open. Maria follows as she talks on her cell.
I needed to be able to fit at least 100 people. Yes, that sounds good. And
Stupid fucking jackasses.
I'll call you back.
Maria disconnects and walks in the same direction as James. Interior, living room, continuous. Maria walks over and stands next to James. He's looking at the horse trophy that now sits on top of the mantel with various other horse racing trophies.
What's wrong?
Those stupid motherfuckers gave us a male horse trophy. Look, it has a fucking penis.
Maria looks and realizes,
Oh.
but doesn't seem to really care.
Have you heard from Marty? He never RSVP'd.
Yeah, he's coming with Janie.
Who's Janie?
His new girlfriend. I ran into him at the Haskell. I forgot to tell you.
What happened to Carla?
She put on 5 pounds.
Maria shakes her head.
He's such a fucking idiot.
He glances at Maria, then scans her perfect body with a little grin. He puts his arms around her waist and slides his hands down her butt.
What do you say we go fuck like 2 idiots?
They kiss.
I can't. I promised Sal I'd take him shopping.
They kiss again.
Why doesn't he go himself? I just bought him a brand new BMW.
He wants me to help him pick out what to wear for the party. He has no fashion sense.
Between your son and this damn party, I'm starting to feel jilted.
That's silly.
She kisses him again.
And he's your son too.
Another kiss and she turns to leave. He smiles, watching her butt as she does. Interior, young Sal's bedroom, continuous. Maria knocks on the closed bedroom door. No answer. She takes out her cell phone and texts. Sal, 17, her extremely handsome son, opens the door. He has earbuds hanging around his neck. Looking into the room, the walls are covered with rock star posters, and there's top-notch music technology throughout.
Come on, we're going shopping.
What for?
Birthday party clothes.
Mom, I'm turning 18, not 8.
I know, but I saw this great outfit in Neiman Marcus that I think you'd look great in, and I was
I
really...
can't. I'm going with Andrew and Mike to see the Smashing Pumpkins at Jones Beach in half an hour.
Maria looks disappointed.
Okay.
She turns and starts to walk away. Sal takes a deep, empathetic breath.
Just get it. You have good taste. I'm sure I'll love it.
Maria turns, nods with a loving smile, and continues to walk down the hallway. Interior, Andy's bar, restaurant, later. Your normal neighborhood place where one can go to escape for a while. Sal sits at the bar eating a hamburger and drinking a beer. Andy, 38, bartender owner with a heavy New York accent, leans on the counter across from Sal. They watch a Yankee game. A Yankee strikes out.
And they pay them millions to do that.
Yeah. Just think, I could be making millions missing fastballs too.
Andy sadly nods as Sal takes a big gulp of his beer and continues to watch the game.
Hey, I had an idea.
Uh-oh.
No, really, a few of the places around have live music on Sunday nights to drum up more business. You think you want to perform in?
Get out of here. I haven't picked up the guitar in almost 20 years.
So pick it up.
I don't know. Who'd want to see some old has-been? What if I fuck up? That would give Sonia more loser ammo.
Fuck Sonia. She didn't know you before that accident. She was in Puerto Rico being crowned Miss Hoochie Mama. She didn't know you when you were in a coma for 3 fucking months. I did. Everyone we went to school with did. We all saw what you went through. We all saw your potential before that fucking truck. Fuck her and her fucking millionaire doctor boyfriend.
Okay. Thanks for the pep talk.
Andy has to gather his wits while Sal takes out his wallet and throws a couple of bills on the counter.
I'll think about it.
Sal gets up and limps out of the restaurant. Andy watches with sadness. Interior, Sonia Gonzalez's apartment, living area, day. Sonia Gonzalez, 35, gorgeous, Hispanic, slight accent, wearing nurse's scrubs, opens the front door and enters her cozy living area, holding grocery bags. Sonia turns and sees Jessie sitting comfortably on the sofa, flipping through a fashion magazine with the earbuds sticking in her ears. From behind, Sonia goes over, takes the earbuds out, which startles Jessie.
Didn't you see I was trying to call you?
No.
Sonia doesn't seem to buy that.
I need you to help with the groceries, please. There's more in the car.
With a lot of teenage attitude, she gets up and leaves. Sonia speaks under her breath in Spanish, and then spots Jessie's cell phone on the cocktail table. She puts down the groceries and picks up the phone. She peeks out the window and sees Jessie walking towards the car. She looks down at the text messages. Her eyes grow wide with anger. She puts the phone down and goes back over to the kitchen area and starts unpacking.
Ella es igual a su padre.
Sonia stops everything when Jessie enters with 2 grocery bags.
Where were you 9th period yesterday?
I was in school.
Really? Your teacher called me at work today. She said you weren't there.
Jessie looks at her mother in disbelief.
I don't believe my teacher called.
But she did.
Oh yeah, well, first of all, my 9th period teacher is a he. Second of all, if he called, you would have come storming into the house yelling and screaming about it. Third of all, he wouldn't call on a Saturday, so therefore, I know nobody called.
Sonia continues staring at her daughter.
It's true though. You cut the class.
No, I didn't.
Don't lie to me. You will go to hell if you lie to me.
Oh, please, stop with the guilt trips.
Jessie starts to leave, but turns.
Daddy will be here soon. Don't give him a hard time, too.
Where are you going with him?
None of your business.
It is my business. I have to approve of where he takes you. It says so in the divorce papers.
What makes you the judge and jury after what you did?
A knock on the door. Jessie answers it, and it's Sal.
Hi.
Did you know she cut class yesterday?
Oh, hello, Sonia. Nice to see you too.
Let's go.
Where are you taking my daughter?
I'm his daughter, too.
I was thinking Coney Island.
I don't want to go to Coney Island. I want to go to the racetrack.
To the racetrack? You need to go to the racetrack like a hole in the skull.
Head. Hole in the head.
You are making her a loser like you.
Sonia quickly turns to Jessie.
You are not going to the racetrack. I do not approve.
Tough. And you're the loser.
Jessie quickly picks up her cell phone and walks out the door.
If you take her to the racetrack, I will not let you see her anymore.
Sal momentarily appears enraged and then pulls back and smiles.
Don't worry. I will take her to the track.
He leaves. Sonia stays in her spot, but then goes to the window. She sees Jessie and Sal's old jalopy and Sal going over to it. She focuses on Sal with some sadness in her eyes. Exterior, Belmont Racetrack, paddock area later. Sal and Jessie are watching as the horses parade in front of them on the paddock.
I can't believe you talked me into this. Your mother will have a shit fit if she finds out.
Too bad.
She rethinks that.
She's not gonna find out.
So what's this about cutting class?
There was a sub. Nobody goes to class when there's a sub. And Mom better stop looking at my text messages. I bet you didn't go to class when there was a sub.
Sal contemplates that comment.
She's obsessing about me going to college no matter what I say. I don't want to go to college. I want to go to cosmetology, and that's that. But no, she's fucking stubborn.
Sal exposes a look of agreement.
You're a good math student. Maybe you could go to college for math and become a... What? What do good math students become?
Accountants?
Sal cringes.
What did you do with that letter?
What letter?
The one from Bosie's, for the hair school thing.
I signed Mom's name.
Oh, Jesus.
Why are you so afraid of her?
Sal glances towards the paddock.
Is that what you really want? To be a hairdresser?
Yes!
Sal nods.
Sorry I didn't sign it myself.
Jessie smiles endearingly at her dad and continues to look back out at the paddock.
I like the 7-horse. He looks full of himself.
I think they're fillies.
Even better. Maybe I'll pick a winner like the other day.
The jockeys steer their horses out of the paddock toward the track. Behind the 10-horse, which is last in line, are the owners, including James and his son Sal.
Wow. He's cute.
Young Sal turns and looks at Jessie. She puts her hand over her mouth.
He heard me.
Young Sal smiles at her. Jessie gives a little wave. Young Sal nods and continues off with James. Sal smiling at the exchange. Jessie appears embarrassed.
Come on, let's go place our bets.
As they walk off, Sal continues to look at the racing program.
Hey, look at this. In the 7th race, there's a horse named Curler Head.
Sounds like a sure bet to me.
Hey, Mancuso.
Sal turns and sees Scarecrow, who gives Sal a thumbs up sign.
I'll be right back.
Jessie watches as Sal approaches Scarecrow. She looks very concerned when she sees Scarecrow hand her father prescription bottles. Exterior, trackside, a few minutes later. Sal and Jessie are standing trackside as the horses are on the backstretch, starting to walk toward the gate.
How's your leg?
Comes and goes. Depends on the weather.
You should go see a doctor. They're always coming up with new things.
Sal just shrugs. Jessie looks up the owner's boxes and sees all the fancy people.
Must be nice
What?
Continues looking at the owners.
to be sitting up there.
Sal glances up.
It's post time.
He turns back and they watch the horses load into the gate.
Do the horses ever get hurt?
I hear that sometimes they do.
Jessie holds out her hand. Sal curiously takes it. Jessie bows her head.
Please keep the horses safe.
Sal smiles. Stands, same time. Young Sal watches with the rest of the owners as the last of the horses file into the gate. He then glances down and sees Sal and Jessie holding hands with their heads bowed. The starting bell rings. The horses crash out of the gate.
And they're off.
The horses charge down the backstretch. Exiting the racetrack, a little later, Sal and Jessie with a few others are exiting the track.
I told you I knew what I was doing.
You were on a roll there.
Jessie spots young Sal getting into the passenger side of a red Ferrari. She watches as the car takes off.
I saw there's big stake races next Saturday. I want to go for my birthday.
I was going to take you to the city to go on one of those cruises around the Hudson. I took the day off.
I'd rather come here.
You're pushing our luck. If your mother
We
finds...
could get dressed up.
For what?
The stake races. You know, like the Kentucky Derby with the wide-brimmed hats and everything.
Not wearing a wide-brimmed hat.
Jessie lets out a little chuckle. They continue through the parking lot. Interior, Sonia Gonzalez's apartment living room, day. Sonia rushes into her apartment with a fistful of mail. She places the mail on a dinette table and quickly leaves the room. Interior, bedroom, continuous. Neat and clean with some religious artifacts on the dresser, Sonia enters, undressing as she does. Underneath her scrubs, a very shapely body is revealed. She goes into her closet, takes out a form-fitted dress and wiggles into it. She takes a clip out of her hair and it comes tumbling past her shoulders. She reaches for a brush as her cell phone rings. She looks at it, a little hesitant to answer, but does.
Hello? Peter, I was just getting ready. What? Oh, I guess there isn't anything you could do about that. Did you talk to your lawyer yet? You said you wanted to have divorce papers drawn up.
Disappointment is evident.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
She hangs up and throws the phone.
Mentiroso!
She sits for a moment and gets up and leaves. Interior living room continuous. She slowly walks into the room looking drained. She then looks towards the mail on the dinette table, sits and slowly sifts through it. She stops at one. The return address reads Taft High School. She curiously opens it. Her eyes grow wide.
Mas mentiras.
She sits, brewing. End of Act 1. Act 2. Interior, Ryan's and Michael's condo living room. Same day. Ryan Berger, 38, small stature with a sweet face, sits on his sofa and wipes his eyes. Ryan's gay partner, Michael Johnson, 40, a little bigger, very handsome, African-American, enters the house, dressed nicely in office work attire. Michael stops in front of Ryan.
Are you crying?
No.
Yes, you are. What's wrong?
Retired California Chrome.
He blows his nose into a tissue. Michael sits down next to him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know how much you love that horse.
Ryan just nods as he wipes his eyes again, continuing to watch. Michael looks at the set and sees the horse being escorted into a beautiful paddock overlooking acres of green pasture.
Wow, I want to retire there.
He looks back at Ryan.
Guess what? I just found out I might have sold the Anderson estate.
It's fantastic.
Yes, 4% of $15 million is very fantastic. And I'm the listing agent and the selling agent, so you know what that means.
A lot of money. I am so proud of you.
Ryan takes a deep breath with a sigh and looks sad again.
What?
You're out there making thousands of dollars while I sit and watch horses retire. Loser.
Let's not go through this again.
He gives Ryan a hug and gets up.
We'll find another job.
Michael walks into the kitchen that is seen from the living room. He bends down and looks at the refrigerator as Ryan continues looking at the TV.
Oh, how cute.
Michael shakes his butt.
Adorable.
Michael stands up with a big smile, but then he sees it's not he that Ryan's looking at. He loses the smile, looking a little embarrassed for himself as he closes the refrigerator, holding a carton of milk.
Those baby horses are so precious. James Pavis just bought 2 for over $1 million each. Imagine having that kind of money.
I didn't know racehorses cost that much.
Ryan gets up and walks into the kitchen. Kitchen continuous. Ryan reopens the refrigerator and starts taking out veggies.
Not all of them do. American Pharaoh is only around 300,000.
Only?
Ryan starts cutting the veggies on a cutting board and then suddenly stops.
I have an idea. What about with the commission you get, we'll use some to buy a racehorse?
Yeah, right.
Why not? What else do we have to spend it on?
We can finally pay off our student loans.
You're so boring.
I'm not boring. Practical, maybe.
Practical is a definition of boring.
It is. I'll have to look that up.
Come on, it would be a blast. And imagine if it turns out to be an American Pharaoh or a Zenyatta if it's a filly.
Zenyatta? Isn't that a song by the Police?
Ryan pops up and starts to leave the room.
Where are you going?
To check out some claiming races.
Ryan's out of the room.
Some what?
He looks in Ryan's direction, baffled and concerned. Interior, Sonia Gonzalez's apartment, kitchen, same day. Sonia sits at her table with a calculator, laptop computer, and a pile of bills. Door is heard slamming closed. Sonia looks up.
Jessie?
Yeah,
Jessie enters. Sonia holds up a letter.
What is this?
a piece of paper.
It is from your school thanking me for signing the permission letter and that you are now enrolled in cosmetology. I did not sign this permission letter.
It was me. I signed your name, but I pulled out. I decided maybe I should go to college.
Sonia's mood quickly changes.
Finalmente.
Jessie sits at the table with her.
I want to visit a couple of colleges that are close by.
I'm very happy to hear this.
I need to look presentable, and I don't think I have the right wardrobe.
Sonia gives Jessie a quick eye scan.
Yes?
There's a couple of cute dresses I saw online. I have some money saved that I earned dog walking, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Sonia glances suspiciously at her daughter.
Are you sure about this?
You don't want me to go anymore?
I did not say that. What colleges are you thinking about?
Hunter, Pace. They're right in Manhattan. I could take the 7 train back and forth, so I don't even have to dorm there. be exciting to go to school in Manhattan, right?
Sonia nods.
Yes?
She takes a moment.
Okay, I will give you my credit card. Save your dog walking money for the train fare.
She goes to her purse and pulls out a credit card.
Just a couple of dresses.
She goes to hand Jessie her card, but then pulls back.
I want to see what you buy first.
Jessie nods. Sonia gives up the card.
Thanks.
Jessie gets up and leaves. Sonia watches, still looking somewhat suspicious, but then goes back to paying bills. Exterior, Belmont Racetrack, day. It's a beautiful spring day. The back of the track, which is the equivalent of a lovely state park, is filled with people, most dressed nicely for this special day of the races. Sal and Jessie are among the crowd. Sal's a little more dressed up, and Jessie's wearing a lovely dress with a wide-brimmed hat. She looks at the racing program as they walk toward the paddock.
I like the 6, Liza in sequins.
What do you like about her?
Jessie glances down at the racing program.
She looks like a closer. The last couple of races she ran were a little shorter, and she was gaining on the winners both times. That's undoubtedly why they put her in this longer race.
She looks up at the board, and that shows the odds.
And her odds are good.
Sal looks at her blankly.
Please don't tell your mother you're learning to handicap.
Jessie just rolls her eyes as they continue over the paddock. Exterior, paddock, continuous. The horses are just arriving into the paddock and into their individual stalls getting ready for the next race. Ryan and Michael watch as Mo Clement, 55, trainer, looks at a particular filly as she walks past him. Mo turns to Ryan and Michael with a thumbs up.
It's a go. Mo's gonna drop a claim slip.
So after the race, the horse is ours. What if something happens during the race?
Shh, don't jinx it.
Sal and Jessie walk over to the paddock to stand next to Ryan and Michael. Jessie notices Ryan.
Mr. Berger?
Ryan turns.
Jessie, my dear, how are you?
Good. Dad, this is Mr. Berger. He used to be our music teacher before they scrapped the program.
Ryan extends his hand and Sal reciprocates.
Sal.
My dad just started working here.
She smiles proudly.
This is my partner, Michael.
Hello.
Sal smiles and nods, as does Jessie.
What kind of a school scraps music anyway? They should have scrapped history. I mean, who gives a shit what happened hundreds of years ago? Music is timeless.
They all just look at her, maybe somewhat in agreement.
She was one of my best students.
Who do you like in this race?
Well, Mo Clement just dropped a claim for Liza in sequence for us.
You're kidding. This is so exciting. I actually like her to win.
Jessie spots James, Maria, and young Sal. Jessie and young Sal's eyes meet and they nod at each other with a smile. Sal's eyes suddenly grow wide.
Oh, shit.
What?
The woman in the lavender dress. That's Maria Miata.
Well, now it's Maria Pavis. Her and her husband James are filthy rich. Everybody knows the Pavises around here. I'd make a note of that.
Is the cute kid with them their son or something?
It's their son.
You know the cute kid's mom?
We dated in high school, right before the accident.
Maria, James, and young Sal walk to the fence, which is closer to the spectators. Sal waves to Maria. She stops in her tracks, stunned. She just nods with a nervous smile and turns away.
Ew, cold shoulder.
Nah, just a rich snob.
Track. The horses are all lined up at the gate. The starting bell rings, the horses crash out of the gate.
And they're off!
Owner's boxes, same time. James, Maria, and young Sal stand and watch. Maria puts her binoculars to her eyes. Trackside, same time. Sal, Jessie, Ryan, and Michael are watching the race. They're all getting very excited as the horses run past them. Big smiles, then
We own a racehorse!
Ryan smiles from ear to ear and gives Michael a big hug. Michael isn't exactly as excited. Interior, fancy restaurant at the racetrack. A little later. The dining area faces the track. There's a lot of activity with patrons eating and waiters running around. Large buffet tables have all sorts of goodies on them, from entrees to desserts. There are several levels. At a table, Ryan and Michael are eating. Sal comes over and sits with them, holding a tray of food.
I ordered a birthday cake for Jessie.
Jessie walks over, holding her plate of food.
I think I just saw Bobby Flay.
You probably did. He has a few racehorses.
You're so lucky you own a racehorse. I'd love to own one.
Don't say that to your mother. She'll split in half.
Fuck, Mom.
A couple of people in the next table turn for a quick moment. Sal just shakes his head. A few waiters come around the table, one holding a candlelit cake. They start singing Happy Birthday. Everyone at the table, except Jessie, of course, joins in. They finish up with the song, Jessie blows out the candles, and everyone claps. A few tiers above, young Sal glances down and watches as Jessie blows out her candles. Interior, Belmont Racetrack, large general area, later. Jessie exits the ladies' room.
Hi.
Jessie turns and sees young Sal.
Hi.
Happy birthday. I saw them singing to you.
Thank you.
I'm Sal Pavis.
He puts out his hand and Jessie reciprocates.
Jessie Mancuso.
I've never seen you here before the other day.
My dad just started working here. I thought it would be a fun place to celebrate my birthday.
She smiles at him flirtatiously.
And I was right. You know, my dad knew your mom in high school. He just told me when you were in the paddock with her.
Cool. My mom's throwing this big party next Saturday for my 18th birthday. Would you like to go? I mean, since our parents know each other and everything.
Sure.
Young Sal takes out his cell phone.
What's your phone number? I'll give you a call during the week.
516-773-4420.
Young
Great.
Sal's logging it into his phone.
Great.
A cell is heard beeping. Jessie takes hers out of her bag and reads the text.
My dad's waiting for me in the car. I'll talk to you soon then.
Absolutely.
She smiles, turns and leaves as young Sal watches a bit, then turns and walks in the other direction. Interior, Sal's car, Belmont Racetrack parking lot, continuous. Sal waits in his car, then sees Jessie walking toward him with a huge smile. She gets in and Sal starts to go.
Guess what?
What?
I'm going out with Sal Pavisi.
He swerves a little. Exterior, interior, Sal's car continuous.
Get out of here.
They continue off. Interior, Sonia Gonzalez's apartment, living room, evening. The only light that's seen is from the TV that Sonia is watching and an outside streetlight. Sonia takes a sip of her white wine as she watches the set. She hears a car door shut. She looks out the window and sees Sal and Jessie walking toward the apartment. She jumps up, grabs a couple of tickets that are on the coffee table, and runs out the door. Interior, apartment lobby, continuous. Sal and Jessie enter the lobby to the apartment. Sonia walks towards them.
Hello, birthday girl. Did you have fun in the city?
She gives her daughter a big hug.
Yes, it was lots of fun.
Good. I need to speak to your father.
Oh, okay.
Jessie leaves as Sonia and Sal watch. Jessie turns the corner where the elevators are, but stops and spies on her parents. She sees her mother hold up 2 tickets.
You went without my permission.
No, I had to pick up my check and,
Stop! I do not want to hear more lies. Now, I will not let you see her anymore. She finally decided to go to her college, and I don't want you to corrupt her and have her change her mind.
Jessie comes raging out from hiding, over to Sonia and pushes her onto the floor.
Jessie!
He goes to help Sonia up, but she doesn't want his help and starts to get up on her own.
You cheat on Dad with some ugly fucking married doctor and think you have the right to say anything?
Jessie!
You really think he's gonna leave his wife for some fucking little Puerto Rican whore?
Jessie, stop!
Why? It's the truth!
I just want a better life for you. Live in a nice house, not a little stupid apartment in Ridgewood.
If you hate it so much, why don't you leave? And now I'm not going to college.
Jessie turns and quickly heads back to the elevators.
Jessie!
Sonia goes after her, but turns to Sal.
I will not let you see her anymore. She will not turn into a drug-addicted, alcoholic loser like you.
Sonia starts to walk away.
And I'm sure it won't be long until you're back in rehab.
She continues after Jessie as Sal just stands there, torn apart. Interior, Sal's apartment, bathroom, later. Sal opens a prescription pill bottle and downs a pill without water. He returns the bottle to the medicine cabinet. When he closes the door, he sees his reflection, then lowers his head and leaves the room. Interior, Sal's apartment, bedroom, continuous. Sal enters the room, sits on his bed, and stares at a closed closet door. He opens the closet, pulls out a guitar box, and lays it on his bed. He opens the box and looks down at his acoustic guitar. He takes a deep breath as he continues to stare. There's a knock at the door. Interior, entryway, continuous. Sal opens the door and Jessie stands there with her duffel bag.
Can I stay with you?
Sal looks at Jessie. Jessie looks at Sal. End of Act 2. Act 3. Interior, Belmont Racetrack, barns, day. The barn is quiet with just a couple of barn workers raking the dirt in front of the horses' stalls. Some horses are eating their bale of hay that hangs in a ball next to their stalls. Others just watch what's going on. Voices are heard when Ryan and Mo enter the barn. Ryan carries a brown bag.
She's right over here.
They walk over to his stall and look in. Ryan's horse is being attended to by Scarecrow. Ryan smiles.
This is your groom, Jose. Everyone calls him Scarecrow, though.
Scarecrow stops wrapping the horse's legs and gets up to say hi.
Hi, Scarecrow.
You're the new owner.
Yes,
She's a beauty. Good luck.
Scarecrow starts gathering his supplies.
thank you.
Scarecrow leaves.
I'm thinking of entering her in a 35,000 claimer. There's one on September 4th. If she does well, and of course, if she's not claimed, we can start putting her in allowance races. You think there's a chance she'll be claimed? It's a high-priced claimer, so the chances are she won't be. Good, good.
James enters and Ryan notices.
Oh my god, it's James Bevis.
Mo turns.
He has a few horses with me. Let me go see what he wants.
Ryan watches as Mo heads over to James. He then turns his attention to his horse and takes out a carrot.
Hi, honey. I'm your new owner.
He starts feeding her the carrot as he glances over to see Mo and James walk off together. Interior, Belmont Racetrack barn, a little later. Ryan is heading out of the barn, sans bag. A gray horse has its head sticking out of the stall. Ryan smiles and stops to pet it. He hears a couple of people talking low in the next stall.
It's the same shake I used it on your colt that won his maiden race this first time round. And no trace in the urine.
You'll give it to him?
No problem.
Good.
2% like last time.
Yep, and don't forget the roofies.
I'll have them in a couple of days.
James exits the stall as Ryan continues to pet the horse, pretending he doesn't see James. James looks towards Ryan, then continues off. Ryan watches as he leaves. Interior, Sal's apartment entrance later. Sal and Jessie enter. The sofa is made up like a bed. Jessie puts her bag on the dinette table and looks over at the sofa.
I feel bad that you're sleeping on the sofa. I should sleep there.
It's fine. It's actually very comfy.
You know, cosmetology has a job placement program at hair salons. Not as a hairdresser. You need to have a license for that, but receptionist or to shampoo. If I get a job, maybe we can afford a 2-bedroom.
Don't worry about that.
Jessie sits at the dinette table. She spots Sal's guitar.
Have you been practicing?
Sal nods.
You thinking of starting a band again?
Annie wants to have live music at his place and asked if I'd want to perform there.
We should do it.
I don't know.
Jessie goes over, picks up the guitar and hands it to Sal.
Remember when I was little? You used to play that song for me.
Of course.
Play it?
Get out of here.
Come on, don't be such a baby.
Sal takes the guitar and warms up a little. He then proceeds to play Life in the Fast Lane. He's good. Jessie listens with a smile as Sal strums and sings the Eagles song perfectly. He ends with a song with a nice finale. Jessica claps.
Bravo! That was better than what I remembered.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding.
A cell phone is heard beeping. Jessie takes hers out of her bag. She reads it and smiles.
It's Sal Pavis. He's gonna pick me up Saturday at 5 to take me to his party.
Cool. Say hello to Maria for me.
Yeah, okay. That fucking snob.
They glance at each other with a grin. Interior, Ryan's and Michael's condo. Kitchen day. Ryan and Michael both have coffee mugs in front of them at the kitchen table.
$3,000 a month? How the hell are we going to afford that?
Oh, now all of a sudden you're complaining? That figures.
Maybe because all of a sudden I find out the trainer is costing me $3,000 a month.
Costing you $3,000 a month?
Well, I'm the only one making money around here.
Oh, sure. Throw that in my face again. Listen, I just have to play my cards right. If she does well, or hopefully even wins, we'll get the purse. If she does lousy, we'll continue to put her into claiming races until someone claims her.
And what if nobody does?
She's a good horse. Someone will claim her.
With that said, Ryan appears sad.
If that's the way the game works, I wouldn't get too attached to that horse.
Ryan quickly stands.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? I finally get to do what I love, and you want to see it taken away. Mo's a great trainer. He'll make a winner out of her.
Really? So all his horses win every race?
Of course not, but stop putting the jinx on everything.
He storms out of the room as Michael remains with a look of doom and gloom. Interior, Pavis home. Kitchen, morning. James and Maria sit at the table. James, dressed for the day, has a big plate of food in front of him, and Maria, still in her robe, has a cup of coffee. She's also on the phone.
Let's go with the 11-piece band and call it a day. That's another $5,000.
Sal looks up at her briefly, just about to take a bite of food, then continues eating.
Okay, bye.
She hangs up.
What were you talking about?
The band. We're gonna go with the 5-piece, but the 11-piece band will be so much better. And you know how much Sal loves music.
Another $5,000 for that?
They're the best on Long Island.
James rubs his stomach.
It's because you're eating too fast.
I think it was the extra $5,000.
Sure, make me feel guilty.
He continues rubbing his stomach.
I'll get you some Pepto-Bismol.
She gets up and leaves the room. James watches as she does. He takes a very small plastic bag from his pocket containing a couple of pills. He takes one out, crushes it with the back of his spoon, and puts it in Maria's coffee cup and gives it a quick stir. He puts the other pill back and picks up a racing program and flips pages. Maria comes back.
Here.
She hands him the bottle.
Thanks. Sorry I said what I did. I didn't mean to make you feel guilty.
She starts drinking her coffee.
I know you just want the best for Harry for Sal.
You only turn 18 once.
I remember when I first met him. What was he, 2?
Almost.
Hard to believe.
She continues to drink her coffee. James watches.
Time flies.
I always felt bad that I wasn't able to give you any more kids or Sal's siblings.
Really? I didn't know you felt bad about that.
She takes a big sip.
Yeah, well, I do.
It's okay. Sal's the luckiest young man to have someone like you adopt him and give him all you've given him. And besides, he has tons of friends.
She seems to start feeling the effects of the roofie.
I feel dizzy.
Through Maria's eyes, it's seen that her vision is getting blurrier and blurrier, then black. Interior, James and Maria's bedroom. A few minutes later. The doors of the bedroom swing open and James is carrying Maria into the room. He lays her on the bed, then closes the door. He takes off his clothes. When he's naked, he goes over to Maria, opens her robe, and pulls down her underwear. He stares at her naked body, then proceeds to climb on top of her. Interior, James and Maria's bedroom, a little later. James is sitting on the bed at Maria's side, all dressed. Her robe is tied shut. He's trying to wake her. She starts to come to. Her eyes are barely open.
What's going on?
You fainted.
How did I get up here?
I carried you.
Maria holds her head.
My head is it's pounding.
I'll get you something.
Okay.
James walks out of the room and into the master bathroom, continuous. He opens the medicine cabinet, takes out a bottle of Advil, pours out a couple of pills, and proceeds to pour water into a glass. He exits the bathroom and looks over at Maria, sound asleep. End of Act 3. Act 4. The Belmont Racetrack, cashier window, day. Sal hands a worn-out-looking female customer a ticket.
Good luck.
She walks off. He looks at his watch and locks up his drawer.
I'll be back in 15.
The cashier next to him just nods. Sal leaves his window. No sooner than he does, his cell phone rings. He looks at it and answers.
Hey, Andy, yeah. I decided to do a gig. I gotta get over it, right? I think so. I have one song down pat anyway. This Sunday? Okay, thanks, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
He hangs up, then sees Scarecrow walking past, glancing at his racing program.
Scarecrow!
Interior, general area, continuous. Sal walks over to Scarecrow.
You said something about Clonopin?
Yeah, how many?
I don't know. 10. I got a gig and I'm a nervous wreck.
I hear you.
Scarecrow looks over Sal's shoulder.
Oh shit, I'll have them tomorrow.
He runs off. A lumbering Harry the Hat chases him. Sal watches, doesn't seem to be affected by this, and continues off. Interior, Sal's apartment, small living room, early evening. Sal watches TV as he eats Chinese food out of the box with a fork.
How do I look?
Sal turns and sees Jessie. She looks stunning, all dressed for young Sal's party.
Wow. You're perfect.
Aw, thanks, Dad.
She goes over and gives him a kiss and sits down next to him.
How come you never go out with anyone? I mean, you've been divorced for over a year, and after what she did to you.
Don't worry about me. When I'm ready, I'll start dating. I'm still a little shell-shocked.
Jessie gets it.
I told Sal to text when he gets here so he doesn't have to climb 4 flights of stairs.
He should climb the stairs for you.
Dad, I'm not a diva.
Yes, you are.
Beep. Jessie looks at her phone.
He's here.
Have fun.
She gives Sal another kiss and a hug.
Love you.
Love you back. Hey, you should invite Mr. Pavis to my gig tomorrow night. And he's looking to drum up some business.
I will.
Jessie goes to the door, looks back at her dad with a smile, and leaves. Exterior, Pavis' backyard, a few minutes later. People are stepping out onto the patio and over to the tented area. Band members are starting to warm up, and the servers are standing holding filled champagne glasses for the guests to take as they file past them and into the tent. Interior, entryway, same time. Young Sal holds the door open for Jessie. She glances around, but doesn't overreact to the lavishness.
Everyone's in the back. I'm sure my mom is back there too.
Okay.
I have no idea what she did back there. She wouldn't let me look.
They walk through the entryway. Exterior, Pavis backyard, continuous. Young Sal and Jessie walk out.
There he is.
Under the tent, continuous. Maria, who is speaking with a couple of guests, turns with a smile. She notices Jessie and appears curious now. Young Sal and Jessie head under the tent. Young Sal is greeted by party guests with happy birthdays and other celebratory words. Maria heads over to him.
This is amazing. You outdid yourself, Mom.
Maria looks at Jessie.
This is Jessie.
It's a real honor to meet you, Mrs. Pavis.
Jessie puts out her hand and Maria reciprocates. The band starts to play.
My dad actually knew you from high school.
Really?
Yes, Sal Mancuso.
Maria just stares at Jessie.
Do you remember him?
Maria nods quickly.
Mm-hmm.
She walks away and over toward the house.
Oh, maybe her and my dad didn't end it very well.
I've never heard her talk about him.
A few young friends approach young Sal.
Hey, happy birthday!
Jessie, not paying attention to the friends, turns and watches Maria enter the house. Interior, Pavis upstairs, hallway continuous. Maria runs into the bedroom, covering her mouth. She then runs over to the master bathroom. Bathroom continuous. Over to the toilet and starts throwing up. She gets up slowly, washes off her mouth and then dries it. She exits the bathroom completely washed of any color. Bedroom continuous. She stands in the middle of her dark bedroom, goes to the window and looks out. She sees her son Sal and Jessie talking and laughing with his friends. Tears start to stream down her face. Bedroom later. Maria sits in an easy chair, just staring off into space with a mascara-smeared face. James enters.
Maria,
He sees her.
what the hell are you doing sitting here in the dark? Everyone's wondering where you are.
I got my period and I have very bad cramps.
Between fainting and now these cramps, you should really see a doctor.
Yeah, I have an appointment next week.
Did you take any, whatever it is you take for that?
Yeah, it didn't kick in yet.
We'll get your butt downstairs when it does.
I will.
James gives her his idea of a smile and leaves. Maria just sits there numbly. Exterior, Queen Street, in front of Sal's apartment building, later. A late model BMW pulls up to the curb. Jessie's in the passenger seat and young Sal is driving. Interior, young Sal's car continuous.
Thank you for driving me back and forth.
Don't worry about it. It was my pleasure.
I had fun. Too bad your mom got sick, though.
I know.
Oh, if you're interested, my dad's performing at his friend's bar tomorrow night. Nothing huge. He plays the guitar and sings.
Sure. Where?
In Elmont, not too far from the track.
Sounds like fun.
Don't worry about picking me up. I'll drive over with my dad. Hey, his name is Sal, too.
That should be easy for me to remember.
Jessie smiles at his cuteness.
I'll text you the address. He goes on at 8.
Great.
Jessie opens the door.
I'll see you tomorrow, then.
Absolutely.
Jessie leaves. Young Sal watches as she walks towards the apartment and gets into the building safely. He then pulls away. A late model black Mercedes pulls in a few spots back on the other side of the street. The driver is Maria. She watches as Jessie enters the apartment building. Interior, Andy's bar, restaurant, evening. The restaurant is half full with people dining and a few at the bar. Young Sal sits at a table alone with a beer. Sal and Jessie enter. Sal's limp appears a little worse. He rubs his leg. Jessie notices.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think my leg is just as nervous as I am.
You're gonna be great.
Andy approaches them with a big smile.
Hey, I've been getting calls all day for reservations. I think you're gonna pack the place.
Now I feel much better.
I set you up over there.
He points to an area with a stool and an amplifier.
You got an amp?
I've been waiting for this day.
Andy throws Sal a shit-eating grin.
I borrowed it from my brother-in-law.
Hi.
Hi.
She gives him a hug and he reciprocates.
Dad, this is Sal Pavis. Sal, this is Sal Mancuso.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Mancuso.
Hi.
They shake hands. Sal looks at young Sal a little sideways.
I know your mom.
Yes, Jessie told me.
Sal just smiles at young Sal, still with some curiosity.
I'm gonna go set up.
Good luck, Dad.
She gives him a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Sal goes to his area.
I got a table.
As they go over to the table, Sal leans his guitar case on the stool and goes over to the men's room and enters. Interior, men's room, continuous. Sal washes his hands and splashes his face with water. He's apparently a nervous wreck. He dries up. He takes out his prescription bottle and looks at it. Klonopin. He takes one out and downs it. Takes out another bottle, OxyContin. He takes one of those. After a couple of deep breaths, He gathers himself and leaves. Interior, Andy's bar, restaurant, a few minutes later. Sal's sitting on his stool with a guitar in his lap. Beads of sweat form on his forehead. He looks into the room. Full house. He looks over at Andy, maybe for help. Andy goes over and speaks to the mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to one of the most talented guys I know. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Sal Mancuso.
Everyone claps.
Thank you.
He strums a little and then stops. He looks around the room again. He spots Jessie sitting with a big proud smile. He starts to strum again, and a tune starts to form. He starts singing Cat Stevens' Moon Shadow. Jessie watches her dad with a big smile. A tear starts to stream down her face. Exterior, Queen Street, in front of Sal's apartment later. Sal pulls into a spot and gets out. He goes around to the trunk, pops it, pulls out his guitar.
Sal,
Sal closes his trunk and turns. Maria is slowly walking towards him.
Maria?
hi Sal.
Hi. How are you?
I've been better. My son Sal is seeing your daughter.
I know. They were at a gig I was performing at.
Where are they now?
They went to a late movie.
Maria stares at Sal for a moment. She notices the guitar.
I remember you used to belong to some band. You played the guitar.
Yeah.
She seems to be having a hard time with something. Then,
We need to talk.
Sal just looks at Maria, waiting to see what she has to say. End of Act 4. End of show. Slammed to black.